So now we are back outside. You'll see that we're in this bright, dusky area again. There's all the black floaties floating around, and you'll see an overview of the area that we're going to be traveling through, as well as these shadow bird things that are flying around. So you'll see an overview of this tower that leads up to there, and then Midna will talk to you, and she'll mention how beautiful the cloak of Twilight is that is hovering above us, and so it's just more proof that we are indeed still in the Twilight Realm. And she tells you that she wants you to go all the way to the tower that we just saw a moment ago. So we're going to have to travel through this area. We have quite a ways to go yet, and so just go along these tower walls here, and they're pretty dilapidated. I don't know if it's just that there was a battle and so they got torn apart or whatnot, or see, because they have these wooden parts like here on the left, it looks almost like it's under construction. So and I don't think any of these Twilight things are doing that. Then in case you want to go ahead and head over here, and she'll mention that there's another spirit over here that you can talk to. So do so, and you can hear what it says. And the soldier is muttering to himself, wondering why there's so many monstrous birds around here. And he says, "Oh, our poor Hyrule castle." So that gives it away as to where you are, which is pretty obvious already. If you played any of the other Zelda games, it's pretty obvious. Then in case Midna comments that isn't really the person that she wanted you to see. So we're going to have to keep searching. So you want to just push this crate, you want to just grab it with A, and then push against it with your head, and push it up against the platform. So once you do that, then you'll be able to climb up and then jump into this new area. Here you'll see a new enemy here called a Twilit Kargorok, and they're just a shadow version of the Kargoroks in the light world. Now, you haven't actually seen any of those Kargoroks yet, but we will see them much later. Then in case these shadow versions, they do look kind of funny. They have like an odd Twilight head like most of the enemies do in this realm. Then in case you want to kill both of them that are in the way, and you'll notice that there is like a little area off ahead of us that we can't get to quite yet. Head over to this little wooden platform off on the right, and you'll see that there's some jumps that you can do over here. So quickly do them to get over to this roofed area over here. There's some more Kargoroks. You might want to kill them real quick. For right now, we can only just attack them with regular attacks. You're probably best off using Z and A to form like a jump attack type thing, and this will allow you to get some real decent range and probably hit them very nicely. Now there's also some crates and stuff down lower, so you can smash those up and get some hearts and stuff if you get hurt at all. Then in case you want to climb into the tower and get in here, this is where Midna was trying to get you to go to. So you'll see a short cinema showcasing this area. You want to head upwards, so follow the steps up here. And there's also some more crates and stuff nearby that you can get more recovery hearts. So head into this area and you'll see there's a mysterious person by the window, and this will initiate a little cutscene. So you'll then see this new character here, this cloaked person that is standing by the window, and Link will then begin growling, assuming something ominous is going to happen, and Midna begins giggling at him. The person will then turn around. It turns out it's a Hylian girl, and so Link will then stop growling, and I assume it's just because she's not some kind of shadow beast or whatever, just like all the things you've seen so far in the Twilight Realm, but I like how Midna rolls her eyes. Then in case the girl will then say Midna's name, and Midna mocks her by saying, "Oh, what an honor it is that you remember my name." Midna goes on to explain that Link isn't exactly what she expected, but that she guesses he'll have to do, once again kind of mocking his ability to do anything, I suppose. So the girl will then look intently into Link's eyes, and she notices the shackles on his feet, and she apologizes that he was imprisoned. Midna goes on to kind of mock Link in her sarcastic tone again, and she just says, "Oh, what a poor thing, he has no idea what's going on," and everything. So she then tells the girl that she should explain what she's managed to do, and then she goes on to call her the Twilight Princess. And this is an important phrase considering it's the title of the game. So the girl will then look kind of dejected or something, and she will then go on to talk about Hyrule being the land of the gods that was said to be all at peace and everything, and that they were suddenly attacked by the king who rules the Twilight. So next up we see this scene switches to Hyrule Castle while it is still in the light, and while Twilight is not covering the land of Hyrule yet. And you'll hear the classic Hyrule Castle theme, which if you've played several of the other Zelda titles, especially the older ones, you will recognize this song. So it shows the princess there, who is sitting in front of the throne, or standing in front of the throne rather, and there's some guards around here. There's also several soldiers that are guarding the entrance there, and the screen pans out and you'll see that there's some black smoke or fog that is billowing out of the entrance there, and all the guards rush to meet the oncoming horde, and the shadow beasts or shadow beings, whatever you want to call them, they just totally rush forward and just crush all the soldiers. They're just pretty powerless to stop them. In any case, the princess up there, her name is actually Princess Zelda, and which, you know, is the name of the series, so it's kind of fitting. And if you've played some of the other games too, you would know that at first glance. You would say, oh, that's Princess Zelda. In any case, then this new character will approach, and he is the King of Twilight, and his name is Zant, and he's a pretty bad dude, and he is one of the main antagonists in this story. So he says that he gives her the choice. She can either surrender or die, and he says that it's not a question for just her people, but just for all of the land of Hyrule. So she can choose whether to either fight against him, and it's already hopeless, so she's going to die and everybody else will die too, or she can surrender and allow him to be the king of the light world as well. So she drops her sword. This signifies that she's surrendering, and then the screen will pan up and you'll see that there is the Triforce up here. It's just a statue or whatever, and there's some statues of women surrounding it, 3 women, and that signifies the 3 goddesses who created Hyrule and the Triforce. And that is kind of a story for another time, but you would know about that if you had played the game Ocarina of Time. In any case, then it'll switch to outside the Hyrule Castle, and you'll see the citizens of Castletown, and they're all turning into spirits as Twilight is covering the land. You'll notice that everybody is turning to spirits while Link did not. And this is because Link holds one of the Triforce shards, and you'll learn more about that later. In any case, this girl goes on to say that the people turned into spirits, and all they know is fear, and the fear of the nameless evil. And that's, part of that too is they can see all the enemies and stuff, all the shadow creatures and stuff like that, but they can't interact with them. So in any case, the scene now changes back to the present. You'll see on the back of the girl's cloak there's the symbol of truth, or the Sheka also, from Ocarina of Time. So if you've played that game, that's kind of a cool little thing to note. In any case, the girl will then take off her hood or whatever, and you'll see that she is actually Princess Zelda. And it's a pretty common misconception especially among newer fans to the series who haven't played some of the other games, but they just assume that the main character that you play as is actually named Zelda. But that's not true at all. His name is Link, and one of the original games is called The Legend of Zelda, and it's about the legend of this girl that we're talking to, actually. Well, not this specific one, but another princess that was also named Zelda. And so there have been several princesses since then that are also named Zelda, on a long line of the royal family. In any case, it's actually kind of ironic because a lot of the games, they actually don't even have Princess Zelda in them, but they do have Link. So it's kind of ironic that there's a Zelda game that doesn't have Zelda in it. In any case, back to the story. Zelda is talking to Midna. She's questioning her as to why the bad guys are searching for her and such, and Midna kind of shrugs it off and won't talk about it. In any case, then Zelda will then urge you guys to leave because the guard will be coming back to check on her. So Midna then encourages Link to go, and then as you start heading down the stairs, you'll see the scene in which Midna pulls back on Link to stop him from going too much further. You can see that a guard is coming out from below, so Midna will then use the window that you guys came in through just a moment ago to escape. So next we will appear back outside, and it is now raining, and Midna will just go ahead and fly over to the opposite side of the rooftop, and she'll just hang out there for a bit, thinking, it looks like. And then Link will come out and he'll just kind of look around as if realizing just exactly the full weight of what's really happening. He's not just in some weird world, it's his world, it's all corrupted. In any case, Midna will then turn around and she'll be like, well, do you understand where we are now? And but she promised that she'd send him back if he would help her, so because he helped her of sorts, she's going to send him back to Ordana, but she says, are you sure you aren't forgetting something? And so she'll then give him a smug look and transform real quick into Colin and Ilia. Then Link is shocked or something. So I think it's funny here, she kind of strokes her hair and stuff. But she goes on to say that if you want to help save them, that you have to be her servant and do whatever she tells you to do. And she'll send you back to Ordana and to let you give it a little thought. So join me for the next video, and I will see you then.